If you are watching this video, I'm guessing you are in the middle of the 2-week wait. You might be analyzing every little cramp, every twinge, maybe even checking your calendar for the 100th time today, wondering, is it happening right now? Is implantation happening? It is the most common question we get here at ParentUno. Exactly how long does implantation take, and can you feel it? The internet is full of conflicting stories. Some say it happens immediately, others say it takes weeks. Today, we are going to look at the actual medical timeline day by day. We're going to walk through the journey your body takes from ovulation to that positive test, using consensus data from the CDC, the NHS, and reproductive biologists.
We'll separate the myths from the biology so you can stop guessing and start understanding. By the end of this video, you will know exactly what is happening inside your body right now. Let's dive in. First, we need to clear up a huge misconception. Pregnancy typically doesn't start the moment sperm meets egg. In fact, for the first week after conception, you aren't strictly pregnant yet, at least not according to your body's hormonal system. Let's break it down, day by day. Day 0 is fertilization. This usually happens in the fallopian tube. The sperm meets the egg, and they fuse to form a single cell called a zygote. Days 1 to 3 are the cleavage stage. The zygote doesn't grow in size, but it divides rapidly. One cell becomes 2, 2 become 4, 4 become 8. At this point, this tiny cluster of cells is traveling down your fallopian tube towards the uterus. Day 4 is the morula stage. The cells compact into a solid ball that looks like a raspberry. On day 4, the embryo enters your uterus. Here is the crucial part. On days 4 and 5, the embryo is just floating. It is not connected to you. It is not in your blood system. This means your body does not know it's there yet. Because there's no connection, there's no pregnancy hormone, HCG, in your blood. This is why it is biologically impossible to have true pregnancy symptoms at 3, 4, or 5 days past ovulation. Any symptoms you feel right now, sore breasts, bloating, mood swings, are actually caused by progesterone. This is the hormone your body releases after ovulation to prepare the uterus. It mimics pregnancy symptoms perfectly, which is why the 2-week wait is so confusing. But remember, at day 5, it's just progesterone.
Now we enter the main event. Around day 6, the embryo, now called a blastocyst, has to do something incredible. It has to hatch out of its protective shell. Once it hatches, it's ready to land.
This process is implantation. It's not a single moment of sticking. It's actually a 3-step process that takes several days. First, apposition. The embryo finds a spot and rests against the lining. Second, adhesion. It sticks firmly. Third, invasion. It actually burrows beneath the surface to connect with your blood supply. So when does this actually happen? According to a landmark study published in the New England Journal of Medicine, it's rarely as early as day 6. Here is the breakdown. Most successful pregnancies, about 84%, implant on days 8, 9, or 10 past ovulation. Can it happen later? Yes, but implantation after day 12 is rare and unfortunately carries a higher risk of early loss. So if you are on day 7 and feel absolutely nothing, take a deep breath. That is completely normal. The embryo might still be looking for its parking spot.
This brings us to the million-dollar question. Can you feel implantation? You'll read forums where women swear they felt a pinch or a burrowing sensation on exactly day 8. Biologically, the embryo is microscopic, smaller than a grain of sand. The nerve endings in your uterus aren't typically sensitive enough to feel something that tiny burrowing in.
However, you might experience something called implantation bleeding. This happens in about 25% of pregnancies. But be careful, it doesn't look like a period. It's usually light pink or brown spotting. It lasts only a few hours to a couple of days, and crucially, it should not contain clots. If you have heavy bleeding, bright red flow, or clots, that is usually a sign of your period starting, not implantation. So the big question, when should you pee on the stick? I know you want to test on day 8, but remember the biology. Once implantation happens, let's say on day 9, your body starts producing HCG, but it starts at 0. It takes about 2 to 3 days for those levels to rise high enough to show up on a urine test.
Medical guidelines from the ACOG in the US and the NHS in the UK recommend waiting until the first day of your missed period, usually 14 days past ovulation, for the most accurate result. Testing too early often leads to false negatives. You might be pregnant, but the hormone levels just aren't there yet. Saving the test for day 14 saves you heartbreak and money.
A quick safety note. While mild cramping is normal, severe pain is not. If you have sharp, stabbing pain on one side of your tummy, shoulder tip pain, or if you feel dizzy or faint, please call your doctor immediately. These can be signs of an ectopic pregnancy, where the embryo implants in the tube instead of the uterus. It's rare, but it requires medical attention right away. So, to summarize, implantation is a journey, not a moment. It typically happens between days 8 and 10. Before that, your symptoms are likely just progesterone doing its job. Be patient with your body. It is doing incredible, complex work right now. If you found this timeline helpful, give us a like and subscribe to ParentUno for more science-backed guides to your fertility journey. Are you in the 2-week wait right now? Let us know what day you are on in the comments below. We're cheering for you.